All right. Today we are on. We are on episode. God damn it, Adam. Let me do the damn intro. Okay. We are on episode 3 of the TheYakPak podcast. Technically 4. There was a weird iffy recording, and it'll be question mark on whether that will actually ever get uploaded. But we'll see. It might be a backup in case we can't record one day. But so if there's a random video like freaking 4 years down the line that's like, this is episode 3. It was from today. Anyway. Today we've got a couple of people that are some special guests. So, Zach, say hi.
What's up?
Brandon, say hi.
Hey, fucko.
All right, so we got me, Adam, and Cole as usual. Cole, say hi.
Sup?
And Adam, say hi.
Sup, Saints.
And today we're doing this, and it's gonna be fun. I'm kind of excited to have Zach here because he's freaking hilarious.
He's a funny.
Brandon's just kind of here.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Damn.
The fuck do you mean just kind of here?
Thank you all for like watching and stuff like that. If you have, god damn it, I hate you all.
I'm kidding.
Make the sound effect. Hey, Brandon.
There was a rocket
Make
ship.
a water dripping sound effect, dude.
What?
Water
the one-
dripping.
Don't
Do
wait.
the water drip.
The water drip.
Okay, no.
Water drip.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we paid him for.
I'm pretty sure I did that number in a movie.
You get 50 cents a fucking sound effect.
Yeah, we keep
Okay,
him in the
okay.
basement.
Yeah.
So,
Fuck off.
He has like a can with a string and he does
Fuck you guys.
All right.
okay.
I had to skip the podcast one time for work.
Thank you all for watching. Leave any topics you have down in the comments. We'd love to talk about them and address anything you guys say. So, also, I'd like to mention that our good friend, who we're not going to actually name per her request, but she prefers to be called by the Noble, is making some art for our channel and is like characterizing us all, and I'm very excited for
Oh
it.
my
She's doing it out of the kindness of her art. And I would like to just openly say thank you, and I think we all thank her. So eventually we'll get a new logo and some thumbnails going on the videos
Wait,
and things like that.
Hold up.
What?
Brandon, for that
Yeah.
shitty joke you made, do a laugh track noise.
I don't have a laugh track. That's something we need to get. We need to get that shit. We need to have buttons that we can push to make like random noises.
All right,
Well,
but
future
we
things
appreciate
down the line.
it.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Noble,
Sclaring.
for everything.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get this started. Cole, what do we got for topics today?
All right, so for topics today, we have Boy Scouts, D&D stories, and then cam girls on Twitch.
Hot.
Yeah.
All right, so I think, Drew, since we're doing Boy Scouts first, you should be the one to start off since you are the Eagle Scout, good sir.
Okay. So I am an Eagle Scout. For those of you that haven't heard all the shit going on with this, the Boy Scouts has been transformed or changed or whatever you want to call it. Changed into just the Scouts
It's been
without
soiled.
the boy in front of it, because now girls can join Boy Scouts /
Soiled it.
whatever. So
Soiled it.
yeah,
So, yeah, true.
I don't know how I feel about it, but I feel like, okay, I'm an Eagle Scout, right? And that was supposed to be like this huge deal. Like, and if those of you that have never been to the Boy Scouts or don't know what it is, if you become an Eagle Scout, you have to do like this huge service project for the community, and you have to go through like this like test of like these board members that like judge you based on what you did for your community and stuff like that. And so like for me, I put in like this cement floor down at my park and built a roof on top of a shelter house that did like the roof was like deteriorating and it didn't really like work anymore. And then there's also a memorial to an old World War II veteran at the same park, and I cleaned it up and planted flowers around it and did all kinds of stuff to like make this park nicer. And I fundraised for it all, and like I did all the work myself and with the help of like some other people in my troop and stuff. And like I did all this work for it, and it feels like they're devaluing what I did. So like when I tell people that, it doesn't mean as much, and it doesn't exemplify the work that I did. So like, I mean, I actually legitimately did stuff to help my community, and like now they're making it so that way everyone just thinks it's a joke, and yeah, it kind of makes me angry. So it's not even so much the fact that like they're letting girls and like whatever, but it's the fact that everyone just thinks it's a joke now because they're ruining everything.
I do think that everyone does think it's a joke, and like the only reason I kind of understand that they're letting girls do it is because Girl Scouts is a joke, where basically it's like, here, buy our cookies, and that's the extent of it. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
Dude,
that's the extent of me
that's a way of
understanding.
life,
but other than
though.
that, it's just kind of like, I do think though that like if they can let girls in the Boy Scouts, they should let boys sell cookies if that's their dream.
I mean, yeah.
That's
Well,
my dream.
like,
Well, no, it's like
A
you're gonna
muncher.
have like awkward like sex and shit at like Boy Scout camp. Man, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like
You're right.
legit.
I guess,
it's
yeah.
fun.
Like,
Yeah, like you have preteen like guys and girls. It's like going to
So you're just
camp.
asking for something to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like,
With
well,
the gay
nobody's
counts.
gonna go anymore. Like,
Gay Scoutmaster.
he's trying to like save the like boys for
Gay
himself.
Scoutmaster as competition.
nobody's gonna like even go anymore because people
That's bad.
are gonna pull their kids
Sorry.
out and stuff, because it's not like what it used to be.
Fuck.
Like,
It's true.
Why not just let the Girl Scouts be more rough and tough? You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, okay.
Because
here's-
then that's not girly.
in my troop, like
That's
we
not
were what was like they classified as a high adventure troop. So like we would go like I've been like Cole can even attest to this because I'm not a very athletic person, but I took 2 of my friends up for my birthday over to a rock climbing gym and showed both of them
Maybe
up
one
in
of
rock
them, the
climbing.
other one being an asshole.
Shit.
And
I did.
showed both of them up in rock climbing anyway. So my troop would do all kinds of cool stuff like that. Like we would go rock climbing. We would go. I've been hiking on the Appalachian Trail. I've been canoeing up in Boundary Waters near Canada and stuff. And we would go do all like, these week-long trips and stuff. And so like that's the cool stuff I kind of got to do. And I feel like that's never gonna happen anymore. And that that definitely never happened in the Boy Scouts or in the Girl Scouts. My bad.
You know what I did? I went camping out in the cold winter,
Same.
out in some like
Fuck that.
farm.
Yeah.
Dude, I had to keep my hands warm with my nuts. So I had to
Dude, legit,
survive,
like,
dude.
We didn't have any like bathrooms like when
Yeah.
I went. So like legit, the only bathroom was a mile
I
down
think
the
we
road.
went the same one.
Yeah,
We're just
probably.
in different groups.
Yeah. That sucked.
Oh,
I'll be honest.
I
I did
mean-
shit for like 5 days.
No, there
I
was
did
there was
camping as a Boy
That's,
Scout.
there was one
They-
like
Was
trip.
I the only one who was never in the Boy Scouts?
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
so.
nerd.
Gay.
Narc, freaking narc.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to spend
Hey,
countless
they're
nights
accepting girls now,
cuddled
so
up.
you can join Cole.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
God damn it.
So
Sorry.
okay, so one of the trips I did, like I said, was like I went hiking the Appalachian Trail, right? And there's no damn toilets on the Appalachian Trail, so I was shot in the woods. But I went when there was like a hurricane going on down like in Florida, which we'll probably talk about later.
Shit.
And we caught the tail end of it. I was in the portion of it that was in Tennessee, so I was in like the Smoky Mountains, and like it just starts like dumping rain, like to the point like that it was like going through people's tents. That's how hard it was raining. Like it was freaking insane. And so
Started
Cole,
dumping
if
on
you don't know,
during your
but this
dump.
guy that I camp with I used to camp with named Denver. He had this big ass tent for whatever reason. And keep in mind, we're backpacking on the Appalachian Trail, so we have to carry everything. Like everything
Yeah.
that we have, we're carrying. Like that's the whole
You gotta
point.
carry that big ass tent.
So he's carrying this big ass tent, and he sets it up. And as he's setting it up, it literally blows off the side of the mountain. Like it literally
what?
was gone. Like he has this big ass tent, and we're on the top of a mountain, and it blew away. Like
Wait,
like-
not like nail it down or like.
no, but it was like as he was
did
setting
the
it up.
posts come out? Oh, I got you.
So like
Damn.
he was setting it up, and like he like let go of it for a second to go grab his stakes or whatever, and then it blew away, and it literally went down the side of the mountain. And we tried to go get it, and it was like too sketchy because like if you were going to go down that thing, you were not getting back up.
You could
So-
die or you could not die. It's
Yeah.
like,
So
50-50.
then he ended up having to.
You're gonna
bunk
be
with someone
camping in
else.
that tent forever.
But it was the funniest fucking shit.
Uh,
Yeah.
What did you do? What was
He just
the
bunked with
plan
someone
after
else.
that? Okay.
But like I didn't have enough room. I always got made fun of because I had what was called like the Twinkie tent because
Get
it was
the
literally
baby
like a
tent.
freaking like tube that only fit one person. It was like a coffin in like tent form.
That
But it was
dude.
super
That sounds
lightweight.
kind of cool,
But
actually.
it was super lightweight though. That was the whole point. It literally weighed like 3 pounds. So
Yeah.
like I could carry it and
pretty
not have
smart.
this thing on my back, like this big ass tent on my back. So also a smart thing to do was to like pre-plan to bunk with someone else and like one person take the actual tent and one person take all the poles and stuff to split the weight up. That was also
That was
thing
also a
that
smart
people
idea.
did. That people did.
Although
all
with
the time.
you and your baby tent, you can
Yeah.
take care of
I didn't
yourself
want to sleep with
pretty
anybody else. Fuck that. That's gay.
Hell yeah.
well. Miss me with that gay shit.
Okay. I was in Boy Scouts for years, so I have all kinds of stories. There was one time I was at summer camp, right? And
Ooh.
this was like the first year I'd ever been, and my brother had been in at the same time, right?
Oh god.
So we decided to pull a prank on all the younger scouts. Okay, so we
Oh, no.
one day we decided to skip like a couple of like the activities or whatever they had planned, and me and my scoutmaster and a couple of like the other leaders, I decided to skip it, and we took like an emergency trip to Walmart. So we like left the camp and like went to Walmart, and we bought like a full like rotisserie chicken. Okay, now hear me out. We bought like a full rotisserie chicken and some super glue, and
Oh
then we
my
bought like
God.
Oh,
stuff.
dear.
We bought like all this stuff, and we looked up how to make like realistic fake blood. And we used
Oh
like
my God.
Vaseline and cocoa powder and all kinds of stuff to like make this thing look real. Okay, so we took a chicken bone out of the chicken. Okay, super glued it to my arm to make it look like it was a bone sticking out of my arm, and
Oh
put like
my
all kinds of fake blood around it. Okay, and so when we always went to summer camp, like one of our things that our troop did was that we would make like all kinds of like stuff in the camp. So we made like monkey bridges and like we would always make like this big ass tower.
Yeah. I remember
And
the
the-
monkey bridge.
And
Yeah.
we made this big ass tower, right? And so I laid down next to the tower and like pretended like I fell and broke my arm like while they were all gone. So they all came back from the meal and they were like coming down like this big hill into our camp, and they like see me there, and like one of them was like wait, what? And like they just sounded confused. So I'm like, I have my eyes closed, like I'm pretending like I'm unconscious or whatever. And so like there's like blood, like fake blood, like dripping off my arm. And so they all
Oh
like
my
come around me,
God.
and they like stand around me, and none of them like get within like 2 feet of me. And keep in mind, we're recording all of this. Like my scoutmaster planted a GoPro up in like a tree, so we got all of this on video. Okay, like it's priceless. And so all of them are like standing around me, okay, and none of the adults are nearby. They purposefully did this to see what they would do. And so they were all like hiding in like the troop trailer, like watching. And so they all like get around me, and none of them get within like a feet of me. They're like, "Oh, what do we do?" And they're like, "There's no way this is real," and like all kinds of crap. But none of them actually knew. And so like finally, my brother came down the hill, and he started like bawling. It was so funny. And when he finally like came down the hill after a while, like and started like crying, I started laughing, and I couldn't keep up the act anymore. But it was funny because like none of them actually got close enough, because if they had come close enough and like started touching it at all, they would have figured it out. But like none of them, they all like just kept looking. I was like, if this had actually happened, you guys would have been retarded and like killed someone because you guys didn't actually do anything. When the whole point of like Boy Scouts is to learn first aid and shit. But
They were like, nah,
it's funny.
I ain't touching that
So-
shit.
we decided to keep going with it because we couldn't let this opportunity like pass up. So what we did is my scoutmaster put on his GoPro, like he had the strap on, and he put it around his head. And he would like, what he did is we walked around and I pretended like I was like super hurt. Okay, I was like, oh my god, doing like one of those things, and I was like shaking and stuff. And he would like go into tents, and he'd be like, "Help! Help! It's an emergency! Somebody! Do you guys have a first aid kit?" And like the adults in like the camp would like start freaking out. They start like running around, like, "Yeah, we got one." And so like they were so focused on my arm, they didn't even notice the camera on his head. Like it wasn't hidden, like it was literally just like sitting right there. And so they would be like, they'd be like, oh my god, and so like they come over and look at it, and I remember like one of them, and we did this to, like every single camp in the entire freaking place. I remember one of them had like a nurse as one of the adults, and so she was like, she came over and she's like, you have to like sit him down. He's in shock right now. Okay, like blah 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 blah. She like keeps like going on, and he was like, it's fake, and she goes, wait, what the hell? And she like figured it out, and it was so funny. And so one of them, we actually went to like the first aid hut that was there, in like the place or whatever, and we like went in there, and they like immediately figured it out. It was actually pretty disappointing. But we also thought we were gonna get kicked out because we did it to like the camp leader, like the person that like runs the whole camp and like owns the camp. And he was pissed. He was not happy about that because he like actually believed it, and then when we told him it was fake, he was not happy, and so we were thought that we were never gonna get like invited back. But it was funny. I mean, my scoutmaster was his idea. That was funny. It was Will Huffman's dad. If you didn't know, like,
Oh my god.
he's the like the best person ever. But oh my god, it was so funny.
That's good. I
Uh,
can definitely see Will Huffman's dad being like that. That's something he would totally do.
Yeah, it was great.
All right.
Yeah.
I think now we're on to D&D stories.
Brandon,
Yes.
you had something to inform us about.
Yes. The glory of D&D.
But,
Okay,
by
okay.
the way, wait.
Yeah.
Let's preface this. We play Dungeons and Dragons. It's a role-playing game. You
Yeah.
play character.
We talked about this in the episode we recorded earlier, and it might go up.
But
later.
we're gonna like super dumb this down. Basically, you make a character, you role play said character, and you roll dice to do things.
Yeah, that's
Agreed.
it. Go on, friend.
All right. So in this campaign that Adam was running, this was one of the first campaigns we've ever played. And we had this guy that we don't like to talk about very much, but he was playing our cleric.
The God King Communist.
The God King Communist, yes.
Mr. Coochie.
Wait, was I here for this?
Trey Hujang.
Trey Hujay. So he gets this wise idea to play a dwarf, but not just
Hey.
a dwarf cleric.
The communist dwarf.
And this dwarf cleric just so happened.
We have to use this
dwarf-
with the community.
This dwarf
If
cleric-
one person's not a if everybody's not a dwarf, nobody's a dwarf.
this dwarf cleric just so happened to have a boulder that he painted a smiley face on, and he
I
named
was
it
here for this.
Stewie the Rock Johnson.
This
Yeah,
is my
okay, that's
story,
pretty
guys.
funny,
This is
actually.
my stories.
That's pretty
This is
funny.
my
actually.
story.
He used it as a stress ball, if I remember right.
Stewie the Rock Johnson was no ordinary boulder. You see, he was he was a stress ball for the dwarf as well as a friend.
Oh, shoot.
He was
Now-
like a Wilson. From
You
Castaway.
squeeze your
It's like
friend.
Wilson from Castaway.
It's strength hugs, dude.
And
Oh, shoot.
so, in one point in time, we come across a bugbear. And at this point, Cole has joined us as what were you, Cole? A
I was
Dragonborn
a-
barbarian?
Dragonborn fighter.
Fighter.
Dragonborn fighter.
The classic.
So at this point, we've managed to find this lair of a
It's a
bugbear
goblin
and a
den.
bunch of goblins. And we have this bright idea. Trey, give me your boulder. We're gonna throw it.
Fucking
What?
stupid.
No, I'm not letting you throw my best friend.
Just give me the boulder. I promise I'll get it
So-
back.
Somehow
think
we
it was-
convinced him with that. And he was like, all right, but you better give him back. And so we give the boulder to Cole. Cole somehow aiming with a boulder
At a goblin's
Got a
face.
gold
at a
nat 20.
goblin's face. Adam looks at him and says, yeah, this is dumb and stupid, but go ahead and roll. Natural 20. Motherfucker.
That's pretty much verbatim. Yeah.
And so Adam rolls and he says, all right. So you throw this Stewie the Rock Johnson and it hits the goblin's head so hard that it replaces his head with Stewie.
I rolled 2 6s. 12.
And he rolls again. We hear him roll twice and he says, all right. The other goblin comes up and starts to talk to him. He doesn't notice it. And as they realize
They have like a
we are
conversation.
there,
Like, you're very quiet today.
as they realize they are there, the goblin that has just been talking to Stewie the Rock Johnson says, "Come on, Ted, let's go get him."
Oh
He
my
turns
gosh.
around in the middle of the fight to see Ted still dead and goes, "Ted, what are you doing?"
Ted quit lazing around.
It could be in lazy, Ted. What the fuck?
After that, Ted's friend was also killed by an
Well,
arrow.
That's
Play
funny.
Ranger. You
Okay.
probably you mean ball bearings, dude. That was
Ball
your-
bearings, that's right. That was
Rangers
the
throw
rogue.
fucking
That was
stupid
Dan the man.
Marbles.
Damn,
Dan the
Dan
Dan
man.
the man.
That was his name.
Oh my god.
All right.
Dan
That
the
is the
man.
best. That is the best D&D story ever.
No, it's not.
That's true.
You know, after every
Think about it.
time that boulder was used, every time it was a natural
that.
20.
Except when Garrett used it and got decapitated. and none of
Except
his
when
friends
Garrett
played.
decided to use it, and he got his head cut off by
Yeah, our
orcs.
paladin first level, just for some connotation, he just joined the game. It was his first time playing, and he might join the podcast sometime. But it was his first time playing D&D. He was like, "Oh boy, I've got to do something crazy." So he takes the rock from a Trace character again, and he believes he's going to do
I
something
believe
cool.
it.
He
I
throws
believe
the
it
rock at the
absolutely killed
orc.
off
It
the
just
race.
bonks him in the head, and the orc gets really pissed off. And then he gets like 4 other orcs to come out and fight Garrett alone because he ran up to the den by himself, just threw a rock in and said, and then he just gets decapitated. Literally, the first swing I swing at him, it's a natural 20, and then I roll 2 12s because that's what a great axe is. And he just goes, and he dies. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
The
That's
ending
amazing.
of Garrett's first character was funny, and if you would have
We'll
seen
tell it
Garrett in
about
real
this
life, it
one.
would have been even better because he stood up
Oh,
from his storytelling position and said, "All right, I'm never playing again."
All right.
Okay. I think
I think
hang
we're
on.
to.
you guys
No,
got
no,
any stories?
No. Yeah. Okay. So,
I mean, I have my very short story of the first time I played a rogue. And I'm like,
No.
oh, I'm gonna sneak up on this guy, and then this guy comes out, and Adam rolls a natural 20 for perception. And I get headshotted, and I go unconscious.
wow, great story.
Good times.
Okay. So I was running a session, right? I was DMing
I know this one too.
for Cole's campaign here in Indiana. I live in Indiana, and Adam, Zach, and Brandon all live in Texas.
Yee.
And so Cole and I live in Indiana. We were playing for the people here, and so I had this whole like elaborate thing planned out to where like they were fighting, or they were trying to find this guy that was like obsessed with like traveling between planes and stuff. And so they go to the elemental plane of
Holy
fire,
shit.
and they find all these genies that like live in a community and stuff. And so they somehow manage to convince a genie to grant them a wish. They do this by like they had like limited gold, and I knew this as a DM. So when they were like, "Oh man, genies can cast wishes. We can just wish our way out of here," because they got trapped here by the guy, so they wanted to get back. And so I came up with like this elaborate plan for them to go through like different dungeons in search of this portal and all this stuff. And they were like, "Oh wait, there are genies here, and they can grant wishes. We need to get one of them to grant wishes." And so there was one that was like, "Oh, I'll grant your wish if you pay me." And they were like, "Okay, how much do you want?" And he was like, 1,000 gold. Okay, and they were like, "Oh, well, between all of us, we've only got like 200."
Seduction rolls.
Okay, so now they're like, "Oh, well, what if you lower that price a little bit?" And they start rolling like really high. So he's like, "Oh man, maybe I'll give it to you for like 500 gold." And they're like, "Ah man, we still have enough." And so they're like, "What if you take this random family heirloom I have from my backstory?" And he was like, "Oh man, that looks kind of valuable. All right, now I'll make it 450 gold." They're like, "Okay, what if you take this random magic item we got earlier?" And they start like giving him all of their shit, like literally everything they have.
What if
And
you take my pants and you take my underwear?
Yeah. And so finally they get it down to where they're like, they have enough gold. Okay, they're like, He's like, fine, I'll grant your wish. Okay, so me as a DM is gonna look for holes in their wish. So what that means is if they just wish to be back in the plane or back in their plane of existence, I can put them wherever I want and what time I want them in, like, and completely fuck with their plan.
So we took a good half hour sitting there, contemplating with every single person in the party, being like, okay, this is it says this, and this.
They literally wrote
Perfectly
a
like-
contract. They wrote a freaking contract out on a piece of paper and
We wrote a
like a full
contract and
page
had
written
all
out.
5 of us look at it to make sure it looked okay, so that we didn't get plot hole fucked.
And so they completely wrote out this contract for this fucking wish and gave it to the guy, and I was like, fuck. And like finally like they figured it out and they got it to where they came back, but it completely messed up everything I'd planned. Like I had all this stuff and I just literally threw it in the trash.
Not to mention, then we started fighting him. As soon as you almost sent us all back to the elemental plane of fire, you didn't know how polymorph worked. And they're like,
Oh,
hey,
right.
dude, become a dragon. And then he flew right back out the portal. And then he just kind of looks and he's like, well, shit.
Yeah. It was good times. It's fun. Yeah, it all ended fun and they all had a good time.
We all
It was
had a
all
fun
nice.
time, so he didn't care.
But it was just a funny story.
All right, so I think now we're up to cam girls on Twitch. Zach, you brought up the topic, so I think you should get us started here.
I mean, if she's good enough, does the gameplay matter? No.
I think
thick enough.
the whole thing is just dumb. Like, okay,
Yeah, honestly,
I mean, you're just selling yourself to 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
it honestly kind of delegitimizes like other Twitch streamers that are females.
like actual
Yeah.
girl gamers.
Yeah.
Gammers.
Gamers.
Oh, I thought you were
Gammers.
gonna
Or like
say
actually play
something
video
different.
games. Everyone just thinks that they're not real because there's some dude under the desk playing for them, and they're just like boobies.
Did you ever watch fucking Sniper Wolf?
No.
What?
I mean, I saw
no.
a video or two. I'm just saying.
Dude, I mean, shit. Nah, like there was all these allegations about how like her boyfriend was like doing her gameplay. But yeah, she was
I heard like
I don't know,
allegations
it was
like her boyfriend was like being abusive or some weird shit.
probably honestly they were
Dude,
weird.
like
But she still has like millions of subscribers and shit. It's fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be a titty streamer if I got money from it. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
dude.
I'd
I
sell
mean, if I had
myself.
tits.
Easy money, dude.
Boom.
Easy money, dude.
Easy.
Adam, you do have tits.
I don't have good tits. I'm just saying.
Dude, okay. Wait, did you guys ever hear about the stupid strip Fortnite thing?
Yes.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
Wait, talk about it. I haven't heard
So
about
you
it.
get a
Okay.
kill. All right. So
So
these
like
YouTubers
Yeah.
that when they get a kill in Fortnite, they have their like girlfriend or even their like sister, stepsister.
That's
When they get a
fucking-
kill, they have to take one article of clothing off.
dude, that's
Oh my
that's like
god.
how a porno starts, dude.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
dude. And they would do this and like put it on YouTube and they
Dude.
get like instant millions of views. And
But there was this one guy I saw. I saw this dude named Critical. He started looking at these videos and I saw one that he showed. Is this black dude? He was with his girlfriend. She was like almost naked. She had like a bra and panties on, and he every time he got a kill, he'd lick her ass.
Oh my god.
It was beautiful. He kept his word. He kept his word. It was longer like, "Bleh," and I was like, oh,
That's legitimately softcore
Oh,
porn,
dude.
dude.
yeah, it is.
It is.
Like,
and
just chilling on YouTube.
But I respect him for keeping his word. Like
mean,
some
I
of
feel
them
like he
just
enjoyed
kinda
it.
like show it, and then no, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course.
Man, it's all for the clicks, man.
Yeah, dude. Every time
You
someone
could
clicks on that
views
video,
the-
you get paid.
Views, man.
No,
Assholes and
it's more
assholes.
of a time thing now.
Yeah, like the
That's how
the-
animators get
that's
viewed
true.
on.
10 minutes per video.
I feel
usually.
bad for animators that are on YouTube.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that's fucked.
makes
Like,
me salty.
you put so much work and it's like you get shit views.
Then like niggas like
Take
I
your
don't want to
shit.
roast PewDiePie, but he's a cool guy. But like people who make like really long videos and just like get him out, and then people watch him
Yeah.
all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah, like have you ever seen like his meme reviews?
Yeah,
Wait,
PewDiePie's.
PewDiePie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, it's been a while since I watched his channel, but
it's just
Yeah,
gone downhill.
Yeah, honestly. Like
I'd say it's better than what it was.
yeah,
I don't know.
it's
I
like-
liked him when he played games.
That's because you were autistic
Your
10-year-old.
I mean, you're not-
younger
you're
shoulders
right.
were
I
not
watched
very
fucking,
bright.
Do we need to bring up
Happy
Drew's
Wheels
Facebook?
Like,
videos, man.
rewatch
No,
his old videos.
no,
It makes you want to
no.
shoot
Do
you.
we
Do we
need
need
to
to-
talk about
No.
Do we need to talk about,
Oh my
the amazing anime Sword Art Online, my
Son
favorite
of a
anime that I want
bitch.
to cosplay.
The,
Why does this always
this guy
come
likes
up?
Minecraft?
No.
Dude,
Who the fuck uses Facebook anymore? God
My
damn you
mom.
guys.
we dug up the.
Well, somebody needs to
drain.
explain it now because now they're all fucking.
Wait, no, you got to keep it anonymous.
Oh, okay, fine. I don't care. Let's move on.
No,
to
what
something
needs to
else.
happen is someone needs to be able to log
You need
into
to put
the
it in.
YouTube.
You need to.
Someone
take a
needs to
picture
log
of
into
your
the
old
YouTube for
Facebook.
this. Someone needs to
Put
log
it
into
in
the
there.
YouTube for this and just put this in as like background content.
No.
Just put it in his fucking Facebook. Yes.
No.
He had
Yes.
a picture of Kirito on his
I'm the only one
Facebook,
here with
and he says, "I
Vegas,
want
so
to
I'm
be
the only
Kirito when I
one
grow up." That's what it says. It's the truth.
It does
It's
not
good.
say that.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does.
No.
Yes,
I
it
want
does.
my dual blades. I want to slay. the
No,
women
that's
like
definitely.
Kirito
Oh my
does.
gosh. you
When
That
I
is not
listen
what
to
it
the Sword Art Online opening, it makes me feel stronger, and then I can talk to women.
guys-
Dude,
don't know.
I saw that on I saw a comment like that on one of the Dragon Ball openings. I'm like, God damn.
Oh god. Why?
Damn. Dude, like,
It's probably Cole.
he's like,
It was not me.
fucking,
It
It
was
was
not.
Cole.
It was Brandon.
It was cool.
It was Brandon.
Cole.
It
It was
Brandon.
Brandon.
I feel like Cole has jerked off to Dragon Ball Z porn.
Dude,
No.
Ben 10 porn. Fucking
I'm not gonna
dude.
say anything.
Yeah, dude. Transform.
Wait, Ben 10?
Ben 10, dude.
You can transform as you're going.
But she's like
okay, so
12
legit-
though.
One time
What do
I
you-
was like downtown and like I'll like hang out at this coffee shop downtown and legit there's this one like kind of homeless black dude that just like lives on couches and shit, and he just walks up and like I'll talk to him and shit, but he walks up and he's like, hey man, you like hentai? Then he takes his fucking phone out and shows me fucking Teen Titan like hentai, and it's like it's
Oh.
intense, dude.
Oh
This man,
my
like,
god.
opens it up,
Wait, are
opens
you?
up Google
No.
Drive and just scrolls
No.
down.
No.
Oh
my
No way.
This is true.
You are
This is
fucking
shit.
lying.
No. This, I'm telling you, like, I can't make shit up like that, like on the fly. That is legitimate. That is
Oh my
legitimate, dude.
god.
You like hentai?
No, it's like this. No, okay, so like the fucking scene went like it was like Cyborg and like
Oh my god.
Raven, and this dude like pins fucking Raven on the wall, and like all these fucking like arms come out of his dick and shit. And they start, it's fucked, dude. Like this shit was good.
Fuck.
This was like months ago, but like it's still vivid in my mind, dude. It's still vivid in my mind. Holy shit.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
that reminds me.
Just walks up to you.
That reminds me.
It's
Okay,
like, yeah.
of this guy that I work with. I was working with him, and I'm a stalker at Walmart. If you didn't watch the old video, but I was working.
Oh
with
my
him.
god.
And he comes up to me and he was like talking about like this new girl he was talking to, right? I was like, oh, okay, cool. And he was talking, and he just like he pulls out his phone, and I'm like putting up something on the shelf, and he's like, he just turns it around, he's like, here's her tits, like just on his phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I was like, wait, why do you even have those? And he's like, well, she got her nipples pierced and she wanted to show me. And I was like,
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Holy
and I was like, God fucking damn it. That's what I get for working at Walmart.
Just like, I would never. I don't understand people who get their nips pierced, man.
Yeah,
That seems like a pain I don't want to endure.
It seems too painful for me.
Oh my
Now,
god.
tattoos, I'm okay with that. Piercings, no
Give me
thank
that
you.
screw.
Dude, there's like a dick hole piercing, dude.
Oh,
No.
It's called a fucking
No.
Prince Albert.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
like happened upon that
Suka.
shit one day. It's fucking weird.
Suka.
Yeah. Okay. New thing. Adam, talk about Florida.
Florida.
Adam, yeah, talk about Florida.
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 What's going on in Florida, Adam?
What do you want to know about Florida?
Listen, I gotta look. Give me a sec. I gotta re-find it again. I looked up the old "O Canada" theme.
All right.
Okay, so
Oh my
here it
God.
is. I'll tell you a couple of them. I'll shoot some at you, but you just tell me which one you want me to read. A rampaging naked Florida man only had one beer, but that didn't stop him from attacking cars and mooning people. Florida man tries to smoke pot with president, says Secret Service.
Oh my.
Florida man injures people with ninjas. Oh wait, we got that one. We got that one before. Florida man gets robbed at park, wakes up 10 hours with a knife in his chest.
What? Okay, do the
What?
first one. Do the first one.
Do the first one. All right. Wait. This one's better. A barking Florida woman was annoyed at a barking dog, so she zapped his groin with a stun gun.
Oh my
Yes, read it.
Okay. Oh my gosh, she looks insane.
You have to be for that shit.
I'll send a picture and maybe they'll put it up. But a Key West woman who police says like to bark and squawk at animals in anger faces up to 364 days in the county jail for attacking her neighbor's dog with a type of stun gun. Shirley Hiller, I thought it said Hitler, age 55, was convicted of a misdemeanor of animal cruelty. A black electric cane. She used a black electric cane to hurt a 45-year-old pit bull.
A 45-year-old
fuck.
pit bull.
Pit bull. I can't read today, man.
Oh, I was like, what the hell?
I
Damn.
was about to say it's an ancient pit bull.
Yeah.
That is the thing's a
Probably.
mummy.
You should probably put it on. Yeah,
Like if it's 45, like if it's that old, you're just cooking ashes at that point, dude.
but she just barks at random animals and then
Zaps them in the groin. Oh my
Jesus Christ, man.
What a way to end it off today, guys. But thank you all for watching. It's been a good one. We will see you all next Friday, I do believe. Sound good, guys?
Adios.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.